Hey everyone, it's Kaycienikole, and today we're going to go through a mini flow practice where the emphasis is going to be mostly on hips and stabilizing through balancing transitions and postures. I would recommend having 2 blocks available for practice today. Other than that, let's jump right on in. Find your way into any comfortable seated position, preferably cross-legged, but anything that feels good for you, feel free to take it. Close your eyes, feel the lifting of the spine. Let the shoulders relax heavy away from the ears. And just give yourself a moment to scan over the body. Notice the areas that might feel a little more tight or resistant today. And we're going to breathe more space into our bodies, especially emphasizing these tight, sticky spots to create a little more expansion. So let's all start together by releasing the breath all the way out. Through the nose, take a breath in, open all the way from the belly, up through the rib cage and up into the chest. See if you can open up the lungs a little more. And then open up the mouth, exhale, let it all the way out. Let's do it again, just like that. Slow inhale, filling up through the bottom, all the way up to the top, expanding in all directions. Holding at the top, see if you can open up just a little bit more. And then open up the mouth, exhale, let it all the way out. Now let your breath come back to a nice natural rhythm, in and out of the nose. Still focusing on those 3 separate compartments in the body, belly, ribs, and chest, expanding through front side, back side, and the side bodies. And as you relax a little bit of effort over your breath, just lightly constrict the airway, giving the breath a more audible sound, coming into your ujjayi breath. Through this ocean wave sound crashing in and out, you're going to feel the vibrations of your breath. You should be able to hear your breath, feel your breath. Let's take just a couple more here in this position. And now gently blink open through the eyes. Inhale, arms stretch high up over the head. Exhale, twist to the right side. Left hand connects to the right knee, right fingertips to the ground right behind the hip line. Lift the spine up, take a deep breath in. And exhale, twisting yourself open to the right side. Maybe look back over your right shoulder. Take a couple more breaths, lifting taller on each inhale and maintain that lift, that length. As you exhale, twist a little bit deeper, mostly through the rib cage, but maybe looking back to complete the rotation in the spine. One more breath. Now continue to hold on to the knee, but take your back hand, reach it up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in. And exhale, lean over to the left side, stretching away. Feel the fingertips reaching out from the hip as the hip drops heavy. One more breath here. Inhale, come all the way back up. Reach both arms high over your head as you unravel the spine back to center, and we'll do the other side. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand to your left knee, left fingertips to the ground, right behind the hips. Lifting up, taking a deep breath in, keep the length. Exhale, rotating open to that left side. Take a couple more breaths here, lifting taller on the inhale, and then rotating maybe a little deeper or just staying where you are. One more deepened breath. Now continue to hold on to the knee. Back hand reaches up, take a deep breath in, lift the spine a little taller, and exhale, leaning over to the right side this time. As you stretch away, feel the lengthening from fingertips all the way down into the hip. One more breath. Inhale, come all the way back up, unravel to center, arms stretch high, and just bend your elbows. Think about it like a big morning stretch. Open up the chest and feel the arms sweep all the way down. Now let's take the legs long and open them up into a nice wide straddled position. From here, you can kind of walk the sit bones back like you're walking the butt back. Sometimes it feels good to pull the flesh back from underneath the sit bones. Spine up tall. If you're not able to stack the pelvis, drop back onto your fingertips and lengthen out through your chest. I want you to work on a long spine rather than trying to fold forward. So spine long, maybe walking in, letting the pelvis come with you. Okay, we're not just curling our backs. Once you're up, fingers can be in front of you. Maybe you walk forward, once again, leading with the pelvis. Sit bones are pulling back, walking yourself forward until you feel your edge. Try not to let your back round, and then just let yourself sway around a little bit here. Feel into the sticky parts of those hips. Give yourself a few more breaths. And then you're going to walk yourself over towards your left leg, hands framing to either side of the left leg. If your hands are back, you can just turn your chest a little bit more towards that left side. And then just begin to fold over as much as it feels good, just holding here for an extra breath. Lengthening the spine, walk your hands over to the right side. Same thing, either framing hands to either side or just lifting and opening the chest to that right side. Maybe folding over while keeping the spine nice and long. Another deepened breath here. And then slowly lengthen, walk yourself back around to center, and then all the way back into your seat. Hands cup underneath the knees as you draw the feet in. Step them in as you drop back onto your hands, and just windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Loosen up those hips. We're going to make our way into a tabletop position. You can sweep the feet off to the side, make your way onto all fours. Stack shoulders over wrists and the hips over the knees. From here, we're going to go through some cat-cows to help open up through the spine and through the pelvis. Take a deep breath in here with a neutral spine. And on your exhale, tuck your chin, tuck your tail, round your back, and really press through the hands and knees. Try to lift your belly button as high as you can. And then on your inhale, drop your belly down, lift your heart up, lift your sit bones up, full extension in the spine. Exhale, round, press to the hands and knees, curl your back. Feel that nice strong arch. Inhale, open up. And then just do a few more on your own. Add in any individualized movements that help you to feel more connected in your body and in your breath today. Let it become your own. And then slowly make your way back into a nice neutral spinal position. Let's walk the knees and the feet in together. Tuck the toes. Walk the hands back as you peel the knees off the ground. Now from here, if sitting on the heels does not feel comfortable, you can just sink weight back as much as possible. Otherwise, if the knees do lift, walk the hands in, spine up, find a focal point. Try to bring one hand to heart center, and if able, catch the balance. Take both hands to heart center. Try to point the knees forward so that your spine becomes a little bit more upright. Let's take another breath, feeling the stabilizing muscles, feeling the ankles, the feet, all the way up into your core. Now slowly lower the hands down, lower the knees down. You can walk the hands forward. And as you untuck your toes, just go ahead and create little fists with your feet and tap them on the ground. And when you're ready, find your way into downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. And as you let your head drop heavy, feel free to pedal out your legs. But I want you to think about a nice long spine. So if your back is rounded here, bend your knees and then lengthen your hips up and back. As your hips pull back, your spine will straighten out. Then you can work on straightening your legs over time, but you never have to have your legs fully straightened. I want you to just stay in the space that feels good and appropriate for your body right now. Take another breath or two. Inhale, come up onto the toes. And exhale, release the breath. Make your way to the top of the mat, standing forward. Separate your feet about hips width apart. Generous bend in the knees. Let the spine drape over. Maybe grab opposite elbows if that feels good. You can sway side to side and just loosen up that lower back. Sway yourself back to center. Hands drop heavy towards the ground. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Feel your heart extend forward, maybe looking slightly forward. Spine is long. Knees can be as bent as you'd like. And exhale, forward fold all the way down. Now with a flat back, inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach the arms high over the head, lifting of the chest, and then take your hands, bring them down together at your heart center. We're going to go through sun salutations to kind of start getting the blood flowing here. So from your standing position, inhale, arms reach up tall. And exhale, forward fold. Hinge at the hips, drape all the way down towards the ground. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Feel the heart pull forward. And exhale, plant the hands. We're going to step into plank position and we're going to hold here to build a little bit of strength, heat, and that core connection. So feel your belly button hug up and in. Feel your pelvic floor lifting up. Maybe find little movements here, just a couple breaths. The knees can always come down to the ground. Now rock a little bit, weight forward, lower the knees, and with control, lower all the way down to the ground, belly and chest at the same time. Untuck your toes. We're going to do 3 rounds of cobra. So first one, take it nice and easy. Inhale, lift up through your heart. And exhale, right back down. 2 more. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower. Let's hold the next one briefly. Inhale, lift up. As you hold at the top, continue to breathe. Try to avoid the shoulders pinching towards the ears. Pull them down the back by pressing the hands into the floor. You can always bend your elbows here. Ribs pull forward, heart lifting up. And then pull back onto the knees. And then make your way back into downward facing dog. Tuck the toes, hips up and back. Spend a few breaths here. Maybe continue to find movement, but wherever you are in this position, let your head drop, let your spine find more length, and just settle into your body. Let's take one more deep breath in. And exhale completely. Look forward. Step or lightly hop to the top of the mat. Halfway lift position. Breath in. And exhale, folding in. Inhale, come up to standing. Reaching up nice and tall. Open up the chest at the top. Join the hands down together, heart center. And then drop arms to your sides. We'll do that again, but we'll move a little bit quicker this time. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step back. We're going to go through a vinyasa. So from high plank, lower half or all the way down, feel free to use the knees, chaturanga. Inhale, lift up through your heart, find your back bend, shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, find your way back to downward facing dog. 3 to 5 breaths. Move as you will. Ease into your body. Ease into your breath. One more here. And take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then make your way back to the front of the mat. Halfway lift, breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come up to standing. reaching up tall. And then join your hands down, heart center, down to your sides. We're going to go through a sun B, or at least a modified sun salutation B. Step the feet as closely together as it feels good for you today. Bend into the knees. Inhale, chair pose. Arms up, hips settle back and down. Let's hold here for an extra breath or two. Feel your bandhas engage. Your pelvic floor is lifting. Your belly button is drawing back and lifting up behind your ribs. Energetically, we feel that lock of energy. One more deep breath. And exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, go through your vinyasa. Step or hop back to chaturanga. Flow with your breath. The inhale will lift up through the heart. And the exhale will take you back to downward dog. So from downward dog, let's lift the right leg up towards the ceiling. Inhale. And then on your exhale, just open up the hip, bend the knee. Feel free to explore any little bits of movement here. And then inhale, straighten out the legs, square through the hips. And we're going to take a big step forward to the front. If you want to take your hands up onto blocks to have a little more space, you can do that. Make sure the knee stacks over that front ankle. Now from here, we're going to find balance between our 2 feet. Inhale, come up into crescent lunge. So we're taking crescent lunge instead of warrior 1. Settle in here. Feel the breath. Now we're going to add on to this as well. So a traditional sun B, we would take warrior 1 and come right back down. But we're going to add a twist to our crescent lunge here. So let's take a deep breath in. And on your exhale, twist to the right side and just open your arms forward and back. Each inhale, feel your spine lift a little taller. And each exhale, rotating a little deeper, not pulling on the arms, twisting from the torso. One more breath. Inhale, sweep the arms back around and up, crescent lunge. And exhale, take your hands down, step back, and go through your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward dog, or you can skip the vinyasa and go straight to downward dog, or take rest into child's pose at any point. Otherwise, we're going to go right into the other side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, open up the hip, bend the knee. Spend a few breaths here. Just feel the opening, feel the expansion, feel the space. Inhale, straighten out the leg, square through the hips. Maybe hands up on blocks here. Exhale, step it through to the front. Find balance between your 2 feet first. Inhale, come all the way up into your crescent lunge. Now as you rise up, settle in. Strong foundation here. Let's take a deep inhale. We're going to add on. And exhale, open yourself to the left side, twisting open, arms reaching forward and back. Give yourself a couple breaths here, lifting taller on the inhale, twisting deeper on the exhale. One more. Inhale, sweep your arms up, crescent lunge. And exhale, hands down to the ground, step back, go through your vinyasa, or meet in downward dog, or child's pose. Find your breath. Nice deep ujjayi breath in and out of the nose. If you have extra heat trapped in your body at any time, you need to get it out. Just open up your mouth and release it. Let's take another breath here. Inhale together. And exhale, step or hop, top of the mat. Feet together, halfway lift. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, forward fold. Bend into the knees. Inhale, chair pose, coming up. Holding here, an extra breath. Inhale, stand up. And then arms come all the way down to the sides. We're going to play with tree pose just a little bit here, start to work some of those stabilizing muscles. Hands at heart center, find a focal point in front of you. Weight comes into your right foot. Left knee lifts towards the chest. Stabilize, concentrate on your drishti, your focal point. Now left knee opens to the left side. And then you're going to squeeze the foot as high up onto the leg as you can and let it connect. Try not to use your hands to pull it into place. Use only the strength of the hip to bring it where it sets. Then as you concentrate, maybe extend your arms up and out, holding here. Notice any wobbles, any sways. If you fall out of it, no big deal. Just come right back in. Let's take a couple more breaths. Hands together at heart center. You're going to lift the left knee towards the chest and then set it down. Shake out your legs. Now weight into your left leg. Find your focal point. Right knee lifts towards your chest. Open the knee to the side. And without using the hands, squeeze the foot in and let it attach anywhere to your standing leg. Then slowly begin to grow up through your arms, your fingertips, coming into that full tree variation. Once again, allow yourself to feel imbalances. It is okay. Couple more breaths here. Hands together at your heart. Knee lifts back to center and set the foot down. Shake out the legs. Arms reach up. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, forward fold, draping down. Halfway lift, deep breath in. Go through your vinyasa and we'll meet in downward dog. From downward dog, let's inhale, right leg up nice and tall. Open up the hip, bend into the knee. And then inhale, re-straighten the legs, square through the hips. And exhale, take a big step to the front of the mat. Find balance between your feet. Inhale, come up, crescent lunge. As you come up, exhale, open arm twist to the right side. Twisting open, arms forward and back. Hold here for a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale, reach your arms back up into crescent lunge. And then let's take the hands together at heart center. Start to lean forward towards the front leg. Come up onto the back toes. If you need to walk the foot in a little bit, you can, until you can press to your front leg and lift the back leg up. Try to bring yourself as close to parallel to the ground as you can. If you want to take hands to blocks, that's also a great option. One more breath here. Keep leaning forward. Bend your standing leg. Slow motion. We're going to reverse the direction. Left toes step back and down. Arms reach up. Inhale, crescent lunge. Now on your exhale, open up the hips as you drop the back foot open. Warrior two, arms stretch forward and back. Maybe reposition yourself here. Find the nice alignment and setup for your legs to settle in. Hips are level. And bring your focal point over your front middle finger. Settle into the front leg as much as you can comfortably. Let's take another breath. Now inhale, straighten out the front leg. Reaching forward for triangle pose. Right hand drops down maybe to your thigh, your shin, or to a block. Open up your ribs and chest. Left hand reaches up. Try to get your shoulders to stack one above the other. Press into your bottom hand so you're not collapsing into that bottom shoulder. One more breath here. Now look down, find a focal point. Strong legs and core. Inhale, reverse triangle, reaching all the way up and back, keeping that front leg straight. And then exhale, bend your front knee as the hands come down to the ground. Pivot on your back foot, step back, and go through your vinyasa. Holding an extra breath here. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, open up the hip, bend the knee. Inhale, straighten out the leg, square the hips. And exhale, take a big step forward to the front. Find your balance. Inhale, crescent lunge, come all the way up. And exhale, open arm twist to the left side. We're going to hold here an extra breath. On your next inhale, reach back up into your crescent lunge, come back to center. Hands together at your heart. Lean forward, come up onto the back toes, maybe walk the back toes in a little bit, and then press through the front leg to lift the back leg up. Standing leg is straight and strong. Try to hinge your body parallel with the ground as best as you can. Core is active. One more breath. Now bend your standing legs. Slow step back with your right toes. Arms reach up. Inhale, crescent. And then exhale, warrior two. Open up your back foot. Open up the arms. Open up the hips. And then reposition as much as you need to settle into your own alignment. Gazing over the front hand. Core is active. Find your breath. One more here. Inhale, straighten out the front leg, reaching forward. Exhale, lower your left hand to your thigh or to your shin. Open up your ribs, open up your chest. Try to get the shoulders to stack, then reaching the top arm up. Deepened breath here. Active core, also active front leg. The quads are engaged. One more breath. Look down on the floor, find a focal point, concentrate. Inhale, come all the way up, reverse triangle, reaching up and back. And then on your exhale, bend into your front knee, hands to the ground, step back and go through your vinyasa. Okay. Now I would recommend that you have blocks available near the front of your mat for this next one, as we'll be adding on to it. Inhale, right leg up. Open up the hip, bend into the knee. And then inhale, re-straighten the legs, square through the hips. Exhale, big step forward, all the way to the front. Find your balance. Inhale, come up, crescent lunge. And exhale, open arm twist to the right side. Inhale, reach up, crescent. And exhale, take your hands to your heart center. Start to lean forward, come up onto the back toes, walk them in if needed. Warrior three, back leg floats up. Now this time, we're going to take right hand down to the ground below the right shoulder. If the leg bends, bring a block underneath the hand. Standing leg is straight. Left hand to your left hip. Start to open up the hips to stack. Open up the ribs. Open up the chest. Try to get the shoulders to stack. Half moon. Left arm can reach up. Deepen breath here. Now slowly lower the left hand. Hands down on the ground or to blocks. Square your hips. This time, left hand to a block or to the ground underneath the left shoulder. Right hand to your right hip. Lengthen the spine, breath in, and then twist yourself open to that right side. If your shoulders are stacked, maybe extend up through your right arm, but try not to pull on your shoulder. One more breath. Hand comes all the way down on your next exhale. From here, we're going to take a big step back with the left foot. Open it up 90 degrees, setting the heel, toes to the side, set the blocks out of your way. Inhale up, warrior two. Inhale, straighten out the front leg. Exhale, reaching forward and down with your right hand, left hand high. Take a breath in and a breath out. Look down for a focal point. Inhale, reverse your triangle, reaching all the way up and back. And exhale, bend the knee, hands to the ground, step back, and go through your vinyasa. Last side here. Inhale, left leg up. Open up the hip, bend the knee. Inhale, straighten out the legs, square the hips. Exhale, big step forward to the front. Inhale, come up, crescent lunge. Exhale, open arm twist to the left side. Twist, open. Inhale, come up, crescent lunge. Exhale, take your hands to your heart center. Lean forward, come up onto the back toes, and then lift your back leg off the ground. Warrior three. Stabilize. Left hand comes down to a block or to the ground underneath your left shoulder. Right hand to the right hip. Open up the hips. Open up the ribs and chest. Maybe your right hand reaches up half moon. It's okay to lose your balance. Lower the right hand down. Square your hips. Right hand to a block or to the ground. Left hand to your left hip. Long spine, inhale. And then exhale, twisting open to the left side. If the shoulders are stacked, maybe left arm reaches up. Deepen your breath. Exhale, top hand comes down. Big step back with your right foot. Open it up 90 degrees. Inhale up, warrior two. Settle in. Inhale, straighten out your front leg. Exhale, reaching forward and down with your left hand, right hand high. Hold here, breath in and breath out. Strong core, looking down. Inhale, reverse your triangle, reaching up and back. Exhale, bend your front knee, hands to the ground. Step back, go through your final vinyasa. When you're done, drop the knees, sink back, child's pose. Relax your breath. Feel free to release any excess energy or heat by just opening up the mouth and letting it go. If child's pose is not restful for you, any other position is just fine. Slow it down. And then when you're ready, come up, sweep the legs around, and find yourself in a comfortable seated position. From your seat, close your eyes, spine up nice and tall, join your hands together at heart center. Now, if you would like to take a nice resting position on your back, or if you'd like to use this energy that you've built towards anything else that you want to do, now is a great time to hit pause on the video and do just that. Otherwise, we're going to spend just a few moments here in stillness in this seat, just allowing ourselves to drop in and settle our energy, and then we'll close out the practice together. Let your hands rest any comfortable way onto your lap. Spine up tall. Empty your lungs completely. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Expand the breath all the way up, section by section. Holding at the top of the breath, stretch the lungs open with a little more air. And just open up your mouth and let it out. If you want to take one more of those, go for it. Otherwise, Let yourself settle into this breath. Let it become more relaxed. Let your mind start to release away from any attachments, any specific thoughts, and tap more into the present moment, just being here in the now. Feel the body relax, all that energy, all that activation. Feel the energy ground down through your sit bones, rooting down into the earth. And give yourself a few moments here in stillness to just reflect and feel. Join the hands together at the heart center. Thank your body for all that it does for you. Allowing yourself to stumble, to lose balance, and to embrace imperfection. That is why it is called a practice. Thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide through this experience. Open up your eyes whenever you're ready. Thanks, y'all, so much. A nice, simple flow, but still packs a punch. We did some pretty intense postures. The sequence was not easy. So if it felt really difficult, give yourself some credit because it was a hard flow. But overall, feel inspired to continue showing up and to continue putting in the work and seeing what grows and transforms within your practice. I would love to hear your feedback in the comments, as always. And thank you so much for allowing me to guide you. Looking forward to the next time.